Hey guys, so welcome back to another episode of Binding of Isaac. Today, we're doing a challenge. The Isaac gods have not been too good to me today, so yeah, I don't really know what to tell you there. I think we're gonna go with Waka Waka today. I have no idea what this one is. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't think today's the day for that one. We're not gonna be doing Waka Waka today. No, sir. We're going with When Life Gives You Lemons. What about that one? Is this one I think I can handle today? Yes. Yes, it is. Wow. Not gonna give me anything. So this challenge, I'm assuming no item rooms, get down to the mom fight type of thing. So you're pretty much hoping to get a soul heart and a devil deal. That is the goal. But, oh my fuck. Your boy is in a good mood today. I'm not gonna lie to you. Ragamuffin. Ragman, okay. Here we go. Oh yeah, that lemon party saved our ass. But your boy got to longboard today in February in Minnesota. It just keeps getting better. Like what? Who does that? What Minnesotan longboards in February? I tell you, none of them. But I do. Because we have been blessed enough this season to not have fucking shitty snow everywhere. It's amazing. It's truly wonderful. Inspiring. It's awesome. Your boy went all over to the office because I live in an apartment building, so I had to pick up some mail. You know what I'm saying? The mail I was picking up was a new mouse pad. Actually, it's the only mouse pad I've had, but it's a mouse pad. Oh my fuck! Spacebar. Come on, come here. You too, come here. Come here. I say come here. I say come here. Oh my fuck. Fuck you. And it is Zelda. In case you didn't know, your boy is real obsessed with Zelda. He's got stories to tell. He's got lots of stories to tell. Your boy has played every single Zelda there is to date, including the CDI game. For some sad reason, I played the CDI game. I should have left that one out. But it's just not as satisfying to tell people that you played every single Zelda game and not played the CDI game. Because it's like, yeah, you know, I totally, like, I was bowling last night, and I got a 299. People are going to be like, cool. But if you tell people you got a 300, they're going to be like, bruh, you want hella good baller. I didn't actually get a 299. I broke my finger, so I broke my left middle finger, which is, I'm left-handed, so I cannot bowl anymore. But I used to be really good at bowling. I used to be. Every now and then I still bowl, but it really irritates the finger. Shouldn't be complaining though, but I did break my finger while I was bowling, so you can go ahead and laugh at me if you want. That's fine. Fuck this. Yeah, no. Come on, get in here. Get in here. Alright, now we only have one spider to clear out. Then your boy is going to go ahead and take a hermit card here. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be enough room. Oh, look at that. We got a charge back here. Yep. In case you didn't know, Pin, the first time Pin comes up, he will always come from the center of the room. And he will always... I still don't know what this is. Oh, I think it's 2 cards. So nothing super good. Where was it in my story though? I completely forgot. I did. I have no idea. Well, don't worry. I have more stories. Oh my god, are you serious? You know, I was just looking at that fire like, you know, someone should probably do something about that. And look at this. Look at this. There's a soul heart right over here. Oh, your boy is tilted now. Come on. Fuck you. I hate these things. These things are the bane of my existence. Alright. Yeah, it was gonna give us this no matter what. It's like, you know what? Oh, okay, never mind. No stories. Apparently, soul hearts in this game have been just fucked. Just fucked. Ooh. Oh, fuck me. This game is so just not having it today. Just not having it today. It's like you've used up all of your Isaac luck. Now you can go fuck yourself. But, alright, second Zelda story here for you. Every time I try. Wheel of Fortune. Infested. Not worth it. Every time I try to tell you guys the story, something hits me. And I'm feared that if something hits me again, I will die. Come here. Come here. Come on. No. Yep, see. Oh, God, I'm gonna rage quit. I literally have played like 6 games today and have not made it past like the 3rd floor. Oh man, the silent rage. By silent rage, I mean like the incredible rage, because fuck this entire game. Fuck this entire game, dude. Irritate. So, yeah, I don't feel bad about that one, although I probably should have just spacebarred. That might have been easier. Although, like, I never have enough active items in this game to use, like, to get, like, used to using my spacebar item. Okay, but we're gonna, I'm gonna fucking tell the story whether I die or not, okay? Did I, what? Did I use that before I, alright, well, the Isaac gods are definitely like, you can go fuck yourself. Anyways, well, Isaac gods, this is gonna be my last run, so if you kill me, and you stop getting famous. But, so, on to the Zelda topic here. Your boy has a Zelda map, mouse pad. And the Zelda mouse pad was, real nice. It's real nice, I'm not even gonna lie to you. But it's Wind Waker, and Wind Waker has some deep meaning to your boy's heart. It's one of my favorite Zelda games of all time. It's the first one I played, actually, and here's where the story goes. That game taught your boy how to read. Your boy has always hated reading. Hated it. I still do. Do not like it. Not fun, not exciting. You don't get anything out of it. You just sit there, don't move, just fucking squint your eyes at some pages for a little bit, and that's that. You know, I'm not gonna be mad at you if you like reading. It's just not who I am, and that's fine. You know, if you like reading, more power to you. I think it's real healthy for your brain. I do. But it's not for me. So, how you say, Smith, let me level with you here. Video games aren't meant to teach you how to read, especially not a Zelda adventure video game. You know, maybe fucking almost Sesame Street or some shit like that. But I want you to listen to me. Up until I was like 5, my parents had consoles, right? And being the great parents that my parents are, they were like, we're not gonna tell our kids that we have consoles because that's some dumb shit, right? We tell them we have consoles. What do? They spend their whole life gaming. I mean, I guess kind of jokes on them. That's what I want to do with my life. But, you know, that's not the point here. The point is that they were good parents, and they still are. Alright? I was kind of hoping. But, Coming back. Beautiful. Okay. They're like, Smith. Listen, you're in kindergarten. We know you hate reading. I think every kid does. Alright? But you can't go through life without reading. We don't care if you read books. Alright, we don't care if you spend your whole life being a fucking author or some shit like that. No, we just want you to make it through fucking kindergarten. That's all we want, alright? It shouldn't be that difficult. Just fucking do it. And I was like, you know what? Fine. I'm like, you know what? I'll do it. And so, they told me, they were like, in order for you to go on in this game, in order for you to maneuver forward in the video game experience of this game that you love so dearly, you must read all the text boxes. No matter how many times you play it, you must read all of them. And at the time, like, I did not, I was in kindergarten, I did not have a TV in my room. I was not one of those privileged rich child. And I'm okay with that.
Infested.
I was raised like every other kid, you know? You know, we lived in a townhome for a while, and parents worked, alright, and it was great. And then we moved to a farm, and I hated it. But this story takes place while I was living in the cities with some other kids, and most of those other kids were pretty well off for themselves, I would say. Maybe it just seemed like it because I was a kid. I went to a Catholic school, and literally this is where we're gonna fucking kill me. How do we win this room? How do we win this room? Just don't get hit. Just don't get hit. We haven't gotten 1 damage up, and our damage is complete shit. What is our damage right now? 3.5. Yeah, complete shit. Utter garbage. But anyway, so I went to a Catholic school. You know, one of those schools that you had to pay for, and to just kind of bore your heart out, I guess. Again, jokes on them. Your boy's agnostic now. So, anyways, so back to the reading experience here. My parents said, you just have to. So I would sit down in the living room, because that's the only place we had a TV, or at least that I was allowed to use, and the only place that allows video games. So I would sit down there, and my parents would sit with me, and they would be like, alright, you can play the game. And I'd be like, okay, sweet. And they'd be like, but you gotta read all the words. And I would always hate when my parents said that to me. I was always hoping that they'd forget. I'd be like, remember? You know, but little me was always like, you know, maybe I'm thinking out loud here. Maybe I just asked them, oh, are you gonna make me read all the words? Which usually I did. Made it very easy to be a parent at that point. And they would be like, yes, you have to read all the words. That was the deal we made. And so, kindergarten, you know, I'm just trolling my kindergarten self around, and I really wanted to play this video game because my brother had hyped it up. My brother played it all the time, and he was like, and I wanted to be like my brother. My brother was, when he was a kid, a very, very cool guy. He is now, but during the teen years, he was kind of an asshat. And I think he would agree with me there. But if you're listening to this, brother, you are cool now. But when you were a teenager, you were a bitch. Anyways, so here we are. We're playing the game, and I have this one fond memory of mine that has just kind of like held this game so dearly in my heart. Is the beginning of the game. We're getting so much HP. We're getting so much HP. So here I am sitting in my living room, right? Parents are like, you have to read all the words, and I was like, fuck, okay, whatever. And you know, your boy's still not real good at reading. You know, we've definitely all had those days, and mine more often than others, but this is just because I was little. And I'm like, fuck. I don't want to read all the words, so your boy pouted. Like every other kid in America, I pouted. I was like, Mom, you're being so unfair. I don't want to have to read. I just want to play this video game. This video game is not about reading. I want to adventure. And I want to get all the Triforce shards. And so here I am, sitting on Outset Island. Just got the sword, just got the shield. I'm boarding the ship, right? The boy was not a very good adventurer at the time, and nor do I pretend to be. Jesus Christ. I don't think that actually works for it, does it? No. And sorry, I was focusing there. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'm sitting there and I'm pouting. I'm like, Mom, this is the worst thing ever. You are a horrible parent. You are the worst. My dad's sitting back there, you know, chuckling. he's like, yeah, no. He's like, no, you're gonna read all the words. And my dad was always like, my mom would be the one to make the rules, but then my dad would be the one to enforce them. And every now and then they would like switch, or at least it seemed like it. So it was very hard for me to place the blame on one of my parents, so little me placed it on both of my parents. Which I guess is actually probably better that way. Because, you know, either way you're gonna blame one of your parents, and if you grow up hating just one of your parents, it's kind of sad. So, we've taken a lot of damage on this floor. There's been all flying enemies though, so like, I don't know what they want me to do about it. Look at this, like all flying enemies. Anyways though, so I'm pouting, and my dad's just like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, little Smith. I don't. You gonna read all these words or you not gonna play. So I sat there, made my parents leave it on the game so that they couldn't watch TV because I was salty as fuck. And I was like, I'm gonna read this, I promise, but not right now. And so my parents just left me there. They're like, okay, fine, read it. Once you read it, once you can get all the words down, then we'll let you keep going. And little me wasn't like, you know, if I just press the A button, like, they can't make me read it. Little me was like, I gotta listen to my parents, they know everything, but I don't want to read, I just want to play a video game. I'm gonna die, it's gonna be the room I die on. Yep, there we go. Alright, let's try a different challenge, because Binding of Isaac shit is not working for me. Let's go with an Azazel run. And so I'm pouting, my parents just get up and leave the room. They're like, nope, fuck you. Alright, so we do not want to be, we want to find a red heart, and we don't want to take damage. Because we actually have to deal with the devil plus a third chance on this floor. Getting right into it, I like it. We also have 2 item rooms. So, don't fuck that one up. Ooh, what is this? A backstabber, watch your back. I think that means I do more damage to someone's back. I think so. So, my parents get up and leave the room, they go have dinner, they're having a great time, but me, I'm just so fucking set on playing this goddamn video game. Let me tell you, like, they did not force me to play this video game. My parents were always like, go outside, like, be a normal kid. And I was a normal kid. And I would go outside and whatnot, but for some strange reason, I remember sitting in front of that TV being like, I'm gonna prove my parents wrong. Sitting here, I'm not gonna read these words, and eventually they're gonna snap. My parents gave no fucks. They were like, we don't give a fuck if you read these words or not, like, you don't even have to sit there, but you're making yourself do it, so we're not gonna, like, complain. And I sat there for hours, or what seemed like hours. I guess I was a kid, I have no idea. Could have been 10 minutes, but it seemed like hours. And I was, like, just dead set on this shit. And they just kind of left me there. Oh my god. Taking way too much damage. Hopefully we get an HP upgrade out of this. No, we get the stupid fucking belly button. Fuck this thing. Although I do like Rainbow Worm, I've gotta say. And I sat there, and I sat there, and I sat there. And eventually, you know, I got hungry like every kid does an hour later. And I was like, just let me move on. And they're like, we set the rules for you already. It's not gonna happen. And little me was like, okay, fine. Like, I guess, whatever. So I turned the game off, and that was that. Next day I came back, and I was like, can I play the game? And I thought I had broken my parents for some strange reason. I thought I did. They're like, sure, are you ready to read all the words? And I was like, no. But, like, can I just have a break from that? And my parents were like, nah, bro. You're trying to read all these words. They're like, you're trying to read all these words. And I was like, no, please don't. And I sat there again. I sat there again, and I sat there, and I sat there, and I sat there, and nothing. And then, probably like a week later of this happening every couple days, you know, a little persistent me with a one-track mind would not let it go. Oh my god, we're getting a lot of shit. They were like, oh my god, this floor, what is this floor? Are you just giving me some HP and we are good to go, mate. then I got this homework assignment. Read The Better Butter Battle by Dr. Seuss, they said. That's what my teacher said. This teacher that I fucking hated. Her name was Mrs. Cosby. Fucking Catholic school. If you're listening to this, Mrs. Cosby, die. Just kidding. But like seriously, you gotta be better at teaching. If you don't like teaching, don't do it. Alright, if you hate kids, don't do it. Just because you're Catholic does not mean that you're suited to being a fucking Catholic teacher. Alright? Anyways, she was like, you gotta read The Better Butter Battle. And my parents would get these notifications that would be like, yo, this is what your kid has to do. Like every other you know, parents had a very strong influence on what you did as a child. So, wow, that actually, I did not think that would hit me. It's never hit me before. Oh, I didn't have to. Okay, perfect. And little me didn't want to read it. I was like, I had been sick and tired of like my parents being like, you have to read stuff, to the point where I was like, I don't want to read this. Please don't make me read this. It's not fair. They're trying to make me read shit all day, or like all week, for the past couple of weeks, and I'm just done. I don't want to read it. I do not whatsoever. And so I was like, they're like, do you have any homework? And little me was like, yeah, I have homework, but I don't think I'm gonna do it. It's worth like 5 points. It's not worth 5 points. It was little school, so like you were gonna get an A anyways, as long as you behave yourself, right? But like, oh, okay. But little me was like, no, fuck that, not gonna happen. And my parents were like, no, you gotta read it. And I was like, we have been over this. I am not gonna read it. Retro. And it was just one of those things. Was like just a principle. Was like, oh, why would I do this? Fuck you guys. And this is around the point that I started like not liking school. But I sat there, and I was sitting at the kitchen table, right? And I was like, I don't want to read this. And like I could read it. Like I did know how to read it. I could read it. It would have taken me like 15 minutes. But little me was like, the principle of this is your boy's not gonna read it. And my parents just sat me down at the kitchen table, and they're like, when you're done with this, you can have dinner. And at this point, like, they were fed up with me. They're like, just fucking read it. This is for school. This is not a video game. They're like, just fucking read it. And I was like, no. I sat there from like 3 in the afternoon when I got home to like fucking like 8 or 9 o'clock when I had to go to bed. And I did not eat, I did not move. I sat at that fucking kitchen table and I stared at a book, and my parents were in there. Guess what they were fucking doing? My parents were playing video games. My parents had the nerve to sit down and play video games with my brother and laugh and have a good time. One room over from me. Oh, I hated this. I hated every aspect of this. I was like, I remember walking in there and being like, how can you guys be having such a good day right now? And like, I literally said this, like, I remember saying this. How can you guys be having such a good day today? Today sucks. I can't read this book, and I'm stuck sitting here. And my dad was just like, just read the book and you can come play with us. We won't even make you read because you already did. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna fucking read the book. Like, obviously I wasn't swearing. I was like fucking 6 at the time. But they were like, you just read it and you can come play with us. And so I didn't read it. I did not read it. I waited until the next morning, right? My parents never helped me once either. Like, they were like, we know you're capable of reading this book. Like, we're not going to read it to you. And I was like, no, you're gonna, like, I'm not gonna read it. And they were like, you're gonna fucking read it. This story is rambling on a lot longer than I thought it would, so I'm sorry. But I'm like, no. And so my dad woke me up. I would normally wake up. It was like 6 or 6:30. I don't remember, for school. And it would be like, my dad woke me up at 5 o'clock in the morning. My dad was in the military, and that's really all you need to know. But so he was used to getting up early, like he always did and whatnot. But he was post-war by the time I had was born, so I can't really complain about that. And yeah, we're gonna flip the rainbow shots. And he would be like, he woke me up at 5 o'clock, and he's like, "You've got reading to do before school." I woke up and I was like, no. I was like, no, please not today. Like, I'm just gonna go to school and tell her I did not read it. My dad was like, you can't do that, you've gotta read it. I can't get past this guy? You're telling me this is a fucking 2D scroller game now? Oh, it's tilted. Alright, well, we got some HP. Brimstone! Kind of already have brimstone, but I'm taking it. Hell yeah. Alright, let's move on. Do we have a bed in our shop? Yeah, we have. Nothing good in there, apparently. And he sits me down, table 5 o'clock. He's like, read the book. Like, I'm done with your shit. You need to read this book, otherwise you're not going to be prepared for school, and we are good parents. We have tried and tried. I don't know why you're being so persistent. It was one of those things where, like, my dad started, like, begging. He was like, you just read the fucking book, George. You've gotta read the book. And I'm like, the Better Butter Battle can suck my ass, Dad. The Better Butter Battle is dumb. And I don't like Dr. Seuss. I don't like Dr. Seuss. And I don't like any of this. Now, this book was one that I had opted into reading, right? Like, they gave you a choice, and they're like, hey, you can read a couple of these books, just bring it back. And I think it was like Dr. Seuss Day or something at my school. And I think that's why I had to read it. So, it was kind of like disrespectful for me to not be reading it. But little me, they gave him 0 fucks. It's probably a bad idea. But, so, wakes me up at 5 o'clock, I'm tired as fuck. And my dad, hard-ass dad, who would not help me read the night before, sits me there until, I think we left our house at like 6:50 or something like that to go to school. And I don't remember, some like 15 minutes before I have to go to school, my dad comes in and he's like, have you read it yet? And I was like, no, I'm not going to, you know this. And he's like, fine, I will read it, not to you, you are going to do the reading, but I will sit here. And I was like, thank you, that's all I fucking wanted. And so, like, my dad sat down, and literally just him sitting there was enough to get me to read it. And I don't know why I thought that this was, like, normal to do, like, to complain about this shit. But I did, and I was like, oh, fuck. And I was like, okay, and I read the Better Butter Battle to my father. And I was, oh fuck. I picked that thing up and it screwed me up. Yarrow-rune. Okay, let's pop to a spade to take Yarrow with us then. What's this? Devil. Nope, we are gonna blow these up though. At this point, I'm looking for any form of HP I can get my hands on. Fuck! Oh shit! Oh my god! My life. ENP. That's what you decide to give me, out of all things. It's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. I'd rather have a fucking blood bag. So let's go this way then. Oh, no. If there is not a soul heart in here, I'm gonna be a little angry, not gonna lie to you. But anyways, so my dad and I read this book, and that is the story of how I legit wasted fucking one day of my life because I was just too dumb to realize that if I would have taken the 15 minutes and read it by myself, I could have played this fucking Zelda game, The Wind Waker, my favorite game still to date. And like, without reading it, like being exactly who I wanted to be. long as I would have read it for like fucking 15 minutes. But I was like, no instant reward, fuck this. So, I guess the moral of that whole story is just fucking read it. Do what you gotta do. Play what you gotta play the way you wanna play them. That's fine. Just do what you gotta do now. Take 15 minutes, sit down, and just do it. It's not that hard. You can tell me it is if you want, but I've been through it. I've been through the first world problems that are fucking not reading for 15 minutes and then wasting an entire day. I'm out of here. Easy. HP. Mom's coin purse. Retrovision. We've got relax. Pheromones. Lemon party. I was like, let's take lemon party just in case. Ooh, I do not know if either of these. I'm gonna look it up. Okay, so we got dark matter and Gimpy. Does either one of them give you HP? I think dark matter does. Like, honestly, I do. I think dark matter gives you. Oh my god. Binding of Isaac. Dark matter. Does it give you passive item effects? +1 damage, adds chance. Does it give you? It does not. Okay, I don't think it does. Maybe it does, but the wiki does not say anything about it, so we're just gonna have to bail on this one, sadly. I'm gonna take lemon party, cause just in case we come across a bunch of those fucking diagonal spiders, I can be like, fuck you, and just kill them all at once. Chances are I will not find any more of them in this run until I use the pill. Retrovision, yeah, exactly what I want. You got me. Ooh, buddy. We're doing real good on consumables right now. No. So, if I can make it to like shops, we should. I probably should pick this up first, shouldn't I have? Then we'll take the key for sure. Oop. And that one, what is this one? Luck down. No, I'm good. I appreciate you're trying to help, but seriously, I'm fine. Holy shit. Now we're going in here. Not worth it. We've got enough consumables. We don't need. Actually, you know, we have mom's key, don't we? Do we have mom's key? I literally don't remember. We have a key. I don't know if that's mom's key. I don't know. I guess I'll just say we do. I don't know. Alright, those are rosary beads. Those are nosary beads, you mean? Not gonna happen. Oh, that is satisfying. Get out of here. That is satisfying. Alright. So, now that we're done with our story of the day here, I can get back to focusing on Isaac and the game can stop hating me, hopefully. Honestly, I do think we have mom's key because, like, chests don't normally, like, pay out, like, that good. Like, usually it's just some, like, dumb shit, to be honest. But, I mean, we did get, like, fucking Cricket's head and shit, like the shovel. We're gonna take it, actually. I'm gonna take it in case we're good enough to go down to the, what the hell is that called? The Satan fight? Because if we are good enough to go down to the Satan fight, like we have Brimstone, this is definitely a run that we could do it on if we got some sustainability. That is the one thing we need to go down to the Satan fight. Just a little bit of sustainability. Okay, like, not like that. That's the opposite of sustainability. You seem to have missed what I was saying. That's okay. Happens to everybody. Just please don't let it happen again. Nope. got HP. We got some HP. We also got a little bit more HP. I think the devil deal. Oh yeah, for sure. Bob's Curse. Guppy's Paw. I would like to keep a red heart, to be honest with you. So let's see, what is in the whole boss rush? Accuracy. You know what? Fuck it. We've got to do it eventually. So I guess this is the run we're doing it on. If we have to, we can always escape, I think. Unless they close it, then we can escape. But I think one, I think you can escape this. I think as long as we don't take a lot of shots, I think some of these enemies do drop so hard. Don't quote me on it, but if we're good enough. Whipworm. Well, I don't really need Gallus at all, but we've got the Hermit. Alright, so now if we need to get out, we definitely can. We're gonna keep that on us. Really keep your finger on it just in case. Keep your finger on it just in case. But I do want to complete boss rush. I think we get something for it, so. Oh, fuck. Okay. Looks like we don't get any HP for doing this. But I still think we're okay. Oh, this guy Brimstone, that's fucked. Not even gonna risk it with this guy. He did it to himself. He did it to himself. Beautiful. Alright. I'm focusing a ton on this, even though I feel like I don't need to be. But these guys are real fucking annoying, so. We got rid of an angel, though. Without taking any damage. Are you serious? He can jump from one side to the other side? Really? Alright, well, that's gonna have to do for this episode. My god. Even Isaac can go fuck himself today, I swear to god. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up today. So until next time, guys, I will see you when I see you. Peace.